Yo, I want to see if we can break a total of 500 likes in 24 hours. I don't know. Can we do it? All right, what is going? What's happening? How's everybody doing today? My name is Chuck, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, what for you guys is I'm going to be showing you guys how to level and rank up fast here in Black Ops Cold War, because unlike some other games like Modern Warfare and Black Ops 4 and Call of Duty World War II, leveling up in this game does take a decent bit longer, and so does actually leveling up your weapons. So I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks here on how to actually level up a little bit faster here in Black Ops Cold War, just because, I mean, it does take a decent bit longer. So friendly reminder, if you guys haven't already, slap a like on this video, subscribe, those notifications turn on, make sure you guys comment down in the comment section below. And with that being said, let's actually jump in straight into these tips. So my first tip for you guys here today is actually going to be to actually join into the objective-based game modes and stay away from modes like Team Deathmatch. Modes like Team Deathmatch are very good, I guess, for the casual player if they really want to go in there and they don't want to have to, try to, go for a domination point, a hard point, some kill confirm tags, or something else like that. But what it actually does is that significantly decreases your score per minute, and your score per minute, it largely reflects on how fast you indeed level up. So if you're actually going into those modes, you are not going to be getting as many kills, you're not going to be getting as much objective play, obviously, because there is no objective. So I definitely recommend going into a sort of like a game mode like, domination, hard point, kill confirmed. Kill confirmed is fantastic for actually getting up your score and everything like that. So go into different sort of objective-based game modes, and you're going to see your score per minute actually climb rapidly. And especially if you're hopping on the objectives, it is actually going to help out. And especially if you're going to be winning games like that in those different modes, you will rank up a decent bit faster in comparison if you were to play a game mode like TDM. Just kind of stay away from stuff like that unless you're just really wanting to relax and you don't really care about ranking up that fast. But if you do, kind of like myself, you want to hit, master prestige, you want to hit prestige mode, you definitely should play some OBJ game modes. My next big tip is actually to use a few different low streaks, and that is just because you're able to get those lower streaks faster. It is less difficult for you to be able to get them. It requires you to go on less of a kill streak here in Black Ops Cold War, and as you guys know, with skill-based matchmaking being in the game, sometimes it can be a bit difficult to string together a lot of streaks. So if you're running something that's going to be a little bit more up there, like the chopper gun or your attack chopper or something like that, you could be getting that maybe 1 to 2 times a game maximum if you were a pretty solid player. But if you run something like the UAV, the counter UAV, maybe something like the War Machine or something like that, and you actually do call in the UAV and the counter UAV, you will notice that your score does actually climb drastically, and that is a massive thing. I was running UAV, counter UAV a significant amount in the beta, and I would come out with a massive amount of score every single time, especially if my team won the game. I mean, the UAV counter is a fantastic combination if you're trying to rank up fast, especially because if you call in those streaks, you call in both of them, and you are alive for when those things are in, you will get tons and tons of plus 10, plus 20, plus 35, whatever it may be. You're just be getting the loads and loads of free points just for having those things called in and having to be alive when they actually are called in. There seems to be a much bigger score thing when you do call them in and you do stay alive. So I'd recommend running lower streaks like that if you want to increase your score and ultimately be able to level up faster. It does indeed help out significantly, and I've done that so many times in the past Call of Duty games. I mean, it will really make your score per minute jump up exponentially. The next thing here is, of course, to get some double XP codes. Like this year, I do believe there's going to be on some Dorito bags or something like that. I know last year they ended up doing them on the outside of some Dorito bags, and basically you could just go into the store and take some pictures of the double XP codes on the outside of the bag. For whatever reason, they didn't put it on the inside, so there was quite a bit of people that actually went into the store and just took pictures of them. So I mean, it kind of is what it is there. But one of the other great things is, because Call of Duty is now going to be more or less be cross title and cross generational, and everything is kind of linked up with your Activision ID, is the fact that every single double XP, weapon XP token, everything you've actually earned on Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare Warzone actually is going to translate over into Black Ops Cold War. Unfortunately, it's not going to transfer over to my knowledge here until roughly around the beginning of December, when they actually do get the Warzone gun integrations and the ranking progression systems are all synced synonymously. So when that actually does happen, all of your double XP codes, everything else like that you've been given and you've actually accumulated it in Modern Warfare and Warzone will then be available for you to be able to use here in Black Ops Cold War. And I'd highly suggest you guys either get some double XP codes from the store, that way you can, of course, rank up a little bit faster, or that you actually, wait it out just a little bit here so you can get your double XP from Modern Warfare. Personally, I have so many of those things. I have at least, a day's worth of playtime in terms of in-game playtime and of double XP codes. I have so much, because I just basically don't really need them. I don't really ever use them. It's just not something that really is there. I don't really care. I don't need to use some of those, and so I have a bunch of them stored up, and so I'm 100% going to be using them here on Black Ops Cold War so I can rank up a little bit faster. Speaking of Warzone, in comparison to multiplayer, Warzone does level you up incredibly fast. So while unfortunately Black Ops Cold War did just come out, there isn't the integration of those guns in Warzone just yet, which is a little bit crappy you do have to wait until December, which isn't necessarily the best thing, but if you actually want to level up your account faster, you can definitely jump into Warzone, as you will be able to level up significantly faster than you will by playing a regular multiplayer match. And that actually goes, you know, if you're staying alive in Warzone and you actually get some kills and stuff, like you do relatively well, you are going to level up significantly faster. You can sometimes climb 1, 2, 3 levels in a single game, and especially if you have some double XP codes going and you're playing Warzone, you're just going to level up exponentially faster than somebody that is actually going to be playing multiplayer. And even though, I mean, I'm a multiplayer guy myself, like a primary multiplayer kind of guy, I mean, sometimes I will hop into wars and I do notice that I level up extremely fast. So I just want to give that tip out there. So for you guys out there that are, playing some Warzone, playing some multiplayer, you kind of doing a combination of both, you will notice that the more Warzone you play, the more faster you're going to rank up, or the faster you will inherently rank up. So kind of be on the lookout for that by combining double XP codes and playing some Warzone. That can do you some wonders. The next tip here is that you actually should be on the lookout and use some different weapons, some variety of weapons. You shouldn't always go for the same weapon to use every single time, because that's not going to be as beneficial for you. I mean, of course, if you're ranking up the weapon, you're trying to get those attachments, there's nothing wrong with actually using the same weapon over and over again. I myself have been using the AK-47 essentially since the game came out, and it's still only like about level 30. I have a lot more levels to go, so I'm inherently still leveling up my gun, unlocking stuff, and adding that, XP bonus to my progression. But what you should actually do is, of course, when you max out a gun, go ahead and maybe swap over to another gun. If your main worry is just only about leveling up, always try to swap over to another gun as soon as your level gun is maxed. I mean, there's no point to just continuously use the gun unless you somehow really enjoy it and you don't care about leveling up as fast as some other people. But if I was you guys, I would suggest actually using, a variety of different weapons so you can get those attachments. It's going to be very beneficial for you. That's what I always end up doing, and I notice that I level up incredibly fast, and partially because, I love to use a variety of weapons anyways, so it kind of works out, just in hand for me that, I use some guns, get some attachments, get some gameplays with them, then I'm like, okay, I want to use this other gun, I want to see how good this is, and rank that up a little bit. So that's just kind of like my tip to you guys. Definitely use a variety of weapons. It is very beneficial for you, and it will ultimately lead to your increase in, of course, XP gain and help you ultimately level up faster. And for my last tip here, this actually has to be around what I talked about earlier, which actually covers the OBJ game modes, is that if you are not a very strong player, going for something like a kill streak is not going to be the most beneficial to you. What I would actually suggest is that you need to hop on the OBJ, and that's going to make you significantly more useful in terms of the amount of points you're going to gain. And of course, you're going to be more useful to your team. You're going to come out with that match bonus, which is going to be higher because you won the game. So it's ultimately more beneficial if you are not a strong player to at least play the objective to make sure that your team actually does get a win. I mean, if you're a very strong player, then there's no reason you shouldn't try to kind of balance it out a little bit more and maybe stray away and go for some more kills, because ultimately, if you're a strong player, you can definitely change the tide of the match simply by calling in some score streaks, which are definitely super easy to come by if you are a strong player. But if you are not, I would suggest playing some more OBJ type modes, and especially if you play stuff like hardpoint and kill confirm, anything else like that, domination. If you capture those points or you capture anything, that's going to give you some more XP. So it's just kind of one of those things. I try to balance it out. I like to get a lot of kills, but ultimately I do want my teammates to be able to win the game. So I'm just end up hoping that because I drop so many kills that my teammates usually end up winning. I do believe have roughly around a 4 or 5 win-loss right now, and I think roughly around a 4 to 5 KD as well. I've been doing very well here so far in Black Ops Cold War, and so I want to know down in the comment section below, what are your guys' stats looking like? Are your guys' stats looking good? You leveling up fast? I mean, I'm currently level about 22 here in just about an hour and a half with playtime, so I'm going to be getting to that level 50. I'm going to be hitting that prestige, hopefully multiple prestiges before the beginning of season 1. I'm just overall very excited to be able to, rank up just a little bit faster than what I am, and using, of course, all these tips I talked to you guys about here within today's video. So that's all I got for you guys here within today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, slap a like on it, subscribe with notifications turned on. Make sure you guys comment down in the comment section below. Go check out any of these other videos here up on screen, as I put a lot of time and effort into them. With that being said, I'll see you guys back here again tomorrow with the end of the brand new video. Just remember to cap, don't be Randy, and I'm out. Peace.